right, gentlemen, we went over the rules in the dressing room. Ya vi las reglas todo en camerino. I expect a good, clean fight. Quiero una pelea limpia. Los golpes aquí están buenos. Punches here are still good. Give me a good, clean fight. Obey my commands at all time. And remember, guys, I'm fair, but I'm firm. Touch him out.
I sense a little more animosity this time than from the first time when they were together. A little more edginess here.
Well, the last time it was a fight. This time they both have a point to prove.
We're scheduled for 12 rounds. The crowd is absolutely rocking this place.
It is pandemonium in here.
I'm Alan Massengel with world-renowned boxing expert Rich Murata and equally well-renowned Jaime Mota, who will be doing the interviews for us. Here we go, right off the bat, scheduled for 12. Combination from Jose Luis Castillo, and Corrales comes out throwing. This is what we saw the last time they got together. All night long until that dramatic 10th round.
And the big question is, in the minds of many, will Corrales at some point attempt to get some distance, use his length, use his reach? Most of us kind of doubt that's going to happen tonight because he loves to fight inside too, even though he is long-armed.
Joe Goosen told me last time I asked him that very question at his camp. He said when he looked the worst is when he tried to fight from the outside, which you'd think would be the opposite.
And both guys have predicted a knockout for tonight. Castillo says he would do it before the 7th round.
Castillo is landing the better blows here early.
Pretty hard left right there, as you just mentioned. Corrales mentioned to me that before his last fight with Castillo, he had a 9-month layoff. Said his camp wasn't that sharp. Said he wasn't that confident going in because it took him a while to get his timing back. He said this camp is completely different for this fight.
The same thing for Castillo, who told me that he trained less than a month for the fight against Corrales the first time around.
Well, that's because he was fighting every 6 or 7 weeks at that point. He fought a lot of hard fights right in succession.
Yes, he did.
Oh, there's low blows by Castillo, 2 of them. You know, he was guilty of that a couple of times in their first fight, but that was kind of lost in the whole mouthpiece controversy afterward.
Hard, crisp punches. First round sizzling by. Castillo's landed very hard punches. Not a lot of defense.
And this is settling into, as Corrales predicted, round 11. They're right on each other's shoulders, just smashing each other again.
Who will be left standing this time? 10 seconds left in the first round. A hot-paced first round. What all these people came to see. Joe Cortez breaking him out right at the end.
Yeah, keep that eye. That's getting a little red there, that's all. And you got to rinse this off. I need a bucket right here. You know what? Use that little jab. Once you finish with everything, use that little jab to restart your combos. Okay? You're catching them with left uppercuts. You're catching with right uppercuts. Turn them a little bit. Turn them a little bit. But don't try to think about turning them if it feels good.
All right, there's Jose Luis Castillo with the overhand right. He did some very effective work in that first round. He even was able to reach on occasion Chico with a jab, but the Corrales coming back. It's going to be very hard to choose between the two if the fight is fought like this round to round. Last time at the end of 9 rounds, 2 judges had Corrales ahead, 1 had Castillo ahead.
Round 2 scheduled for 12.
And some swelling on the left side of the face of Chico Corrales after just one round.
Last time both eyes were swollen.
And you got to wonder which of the two is worse for the wear after that brutal fight in May.
I did not believe it would happen this fast. A rematch, it rarely does. Castillo getting off some good punches, nice uppercuts there. Leaning right on one another. Castillo throwing punches right on the belt line. Chopping little left from Castillo. Uppercut from Castillo.
That was a very effective punch for Castillo in the first fight, and Corrales never solved it. The right uppercut landed consistently on the inside.
That and the left hook to the body.
Corrales throws 2 left hooks. Castillo throws 2 left hooks.
Castillo's having the better of the early going here. But Corrales dangerous, of course, with every punch.
The crowd is going crazy. Just like it was last time. Except there's a lot more people here to make noise.
Neither one giving an inch here.
Diego Corrales in the black trunks is the champion. He will not lose that title tonight no matter what, because Castillo in the white trunks didn't make weight.
Yeah, well, he's the lightweight champion, but these two are actually, you can be sure by fight time, junior middleweights.
Yes, around 149, 150. Oh, good hard left for Castillo. A little bit of blood trickling out of Diego Corrales' mouth.
And the interesting thing is, if you remember back on Castillo's fights against Juan Lezcano and Joel Casamayor, even Julio Diaz, he's a slow starter. He falls behind in almost all of those fights. But he is getting started quick tonight.
4-punch combination from Chico.
Now Corrales beginning to wake up, but Castillo answering right back. Corrales may be cut. We're going to get him turned around. Going to get him turned around, and we'll see.
Good left hand just landed. Castillo has come out with purpose tonight, folks. I mean, this may be his most aggressive first 2 rounds that I've ever seen. Chico.
It looks as though he is cut, Corrales, and he's getting busted up here early by Jose Luis Castillo.
Breathe. Keep the pressure on. We're missing a little detail. You gotta move your waist. If you do that, the fight will be a lot easier. All the time inside. You gotta come in with combinations.
All right, let's take a look at the action from round 2. Castillo trying that right uppercut. It didn't land, but he brought a left this time up the middle. And that left hook landed, and he succeeded in opening a cut on the Corrales right eye. Corrales with a 4-punch combination, but I have to give the early edge to Jose Luis Castillo.
Corrales said he anticipated more movement from Castillo, just like Castillo's corner was talking about, moving from the waist, giving him more difficult targets to hit, and Corrales was prepared for that in his camp. I don't know if he's prepared for how hot Castillo came out. Castillo's fighting like a man with a purpose who's got a little bit of a chip on his shoulder. And he's got not to mention the 100 grand he's got on the line.
I'd say that's a little bit more of an incentive as well. Besides the fact that for these two, they want to put on a show. And obviously the titles do matter. But for fighters like these, just the fact that the people really appreciate what they do means so much.
Well, the fans don't give a whit about the belts.
No.
But they do mean something to fighters, of course.
Good work from Castillo. Corrales is being a little more of a target than he'd like.
Get him out, get him out. Get him out, hold him, let's go, get him out.
Round 3, boy, that first 2 flew by.
You know, I have felt that every fight I've seen of Jose Luis Castillo had been the same fight. Kind of a slow start, fall behind early, then gradually break his man down and be totally dominant in the late going. This fight is not living up to that kind of tradition. He has come out firing to take the early lead. And you just wonder, with that change in the style of fighting and the way that he's fighting, how long he can keep it up.
Exactly. Well, that's going to take a toll in the latter rounds.
Big a little combination from Chico. A right hand, and Chico staggered. We've seen it before. Castillo has put relentless pressure on Diego Corrales. And it's starting to pay off here in the early rounds, round 3. Left hook.
Castillo is fighting an extraordinarily good first 3 rounds, but he can't afford any kind of a mistake, of course, because Corrales has one-punch power.
Castillo's never looked better. And I'll tell you, to think, we talk about how Diego came off the mat. How do you think Castillo must have felt? He had him knocked out almost twice and still lost the fight, so he's got unfinished business.
Well, Castillo said that his biggest mistake that fight was that when he thought he actually had him ready to go, he let his body loosen up, and that's when he got caught with that big punch.
All right, tempo time.
The crowd loves it. As well they should. That's what they paid to see. They're on their feet.
Can you feel that? I know you do. I know you do. Hey, okay, now easy on him, baby. Easy. Hold on. Hold on. Let me have that water. I need the water. All right, now listen to me. Listen to me. You backed him up. You started backing. Okay, now keep those hands up good. Try to use that little short, straight right hand every so often. He's kind of hip to the little hook right hand.
There's the left hook, but then the follow-up right staggered and wobbled Corrales, knocking him back all the way across the ring. And, you know, Castillo didn't have full power on that punch. He was actually almost leaning backwards when he threw it. But it landed clean, and Corrales very susceptible tonight to his punches. Keep in mind that Corrales in his career has been knocked down 10 times. He's always gotten up. Even in his fight with Floyd Mayweather, he kept getting up, he kept getting up.
Sort of like Trinidad as well, who used to touch the canvas early and came back rather strongly.
Round 4, Castillo, I believe, has had the first 3 rounds, but this thing can turn quickly.
You know, Diego's resuscitative powers are amazing in the corner. It almost seemed like he hadn't been hurt at all in the round.
Left hand, down goes Corrales. I don't know if he's getting up. Wow, that was a powerful punch.
6.
Wow, I don't think he's getting up.
9.
He doesn't know where he is.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Castillo has his revenge.
An amazing knockout. It only took 4 rounds, and for the most part, the fight was not the competitive fight that it was the first time. Jose Luis Castillo in complete command from almost the opening seconds. And he does not regain the championship, but he regains everything probably in his mind and heart.
And $100,000 from Gary Shaw. Look at Bob Arum. I mean, he's never looked better.
All right, the left hook, and you can see it's a dramatic knockdown, the way that he went down. I hope we'll get a chance to see the count, because he actually struggled to get up. He took a look at Castillo, believe it or not, Corrales, when he went down. He goes down here. He steals a look at Castillo, realizes he's down, and begins there to try to get up. We'll be feeling. Let's hear from Jimmy Lynch.
gentlemen, we have the time, 47 seconds in round number 4. Our referee in charge, Joe Cortez, reaches the count of 10. He is the winner by way of knockout, Jose Luis El Temible Castillo.